All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a seriously strategic method for acing those big, high-stakes certification exams. This isn't just about studying harder, it's all about studying smarter. So if you're staring down a tough test, you are definitely going to want to see this blueprint. Let's get into it. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're days away from a major exam, surrounded by a literal mountain of textbooks, practice questions, and all these hastily written notes. It feels completely overwhelming, totally chaotic, and it's so easy to think, how am I ever going to remember all of this? But what if success isn't really about memorizing every single little detail? What if it's about having a strategic plan that helps you think like the person who actually wrote the exam? Well, that's the exact system we're digging into today. So we're going to unpack a methodology called the cheat sheet method. Now, this is derived from an expert-level coaching prompt for one of the toughest tech certifications out there, the AWS Solutions Architect exam. But honestly, the principles here, they apply to pretty much any complex subject you can think of. The core idea from our source material is right here on this slide. And I want you to notice the specific wording, notebook-style podcast cheat sheet. See, this isn't just about creating passive study notes. It's about building an active, targeted blueprint for success, something so clear you could practically narrate it like a podcast. So here's the crucial point, the big mindset shift. This whole method isn't really designed to help you memorize what you'll be tested on. No, it's designed to help you deconstruct how you'll be tested. It's all about anticipating the questions, understanding the traps, and really knowing the decision logic behind the correct answers. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Let's break down the blueprint. It's a really simple 4-step process for analyzing any complex topic you need to get a handle on. So here they are, the 4 steps. First, you pinpoint the test. That means understanding what skills the exam is really testing you on, not just the facts. Second, you master the core concept, but in simple terms. Third, you learn the rules, which is just the specific decision-making logic for when to use one solution over another. And fourth, and this is so key, you spot the traps. This structure turns a really intimidating topic into a manageable set of questions that you can actually answer. Let's just zoom in on step 2 for a second, mastering the core. This is all about distillation. Can you explain the whole concept in just one simple sentence? Can you list the key components off the top of your head? And can you create a short mnemonic, a little memory hook, to lock it all in? That's your goal for every single topic. Now, let's get to what I think is the most powerful part of this entire blueprint, thinking like the examiner. This is where you go from just knowing the material to knowing how to actually win the game. High-level exams are tricky. They often throw multiple options at you that are all technically correct, or at least they sound plausible. But your job is to find the best option for the specific scenario they give you. They're really testing your judgment and your ability to weigh all the trade-offs. And this slide right here perfectly illustrates the kind of logic you need to capture. Your cheat sheet shouldn't just define 2 different options. No, it has to define the exact scenarios and keywords that tell you when to choose one over the other. This whole choose X instead of Y logic, it's everything. So for every single topic in your blueprint, you've got to ask these questions. What are the common wrong answers they're going to tempt me with? What are the red flags that tell me not to choose a particular option? And what are the specific keywords the examiners just love to use? Answering these is how you dismantle those exam traps before you even walk in the door. Okay, on to the final section of your blueprint. This is for those last few days and hours right before the exam, and it focuses on high-yield strategies for when you're feeling the pressure. Your blueprint absolutely needs a section on elimination strategies. Basically, your personal set of rules for quickly getting rid of wrong answers. I mean, think about it. Even if you're stuck, just eliminating 2 bad options doubles your chances. It's a critical skill for managing your time and that exam day pressure. The source material recommends a really specific tactic here. Identify 5 red flag words that often signal a tricky or just plain incorrect answer on your specific exam. And here are some classic examples. You should be really suspicious of answers that use absolute words like always or never, because let's be honest, complex systems rarely have such simple rules. Same goes for extreme superlatives like fastest or cheapest, because there's almost always a trade-off involved. Learning to spot these words can help you instantly identify the answers that are probably just there to distract you. So, the most important takeaway is this. The cheat sheet method transforms your revision from just passively rereading stuff into an active, strategic process. You're not just a student anymore. You're more like a detective, reverse engineering the exam itself. By following this structure, pinpointing the tests, mastering the core, learning the rules, and spotting the traps, you build so much more than just notes. You build confidence. You'll walk into that exam room with a clear plan for any question they can throw at you.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. Think about the most intimidating topic on your study list right now. Using this blueprint, what's the very first thing you're going to deconstruct?